Welcome dear students to P.N.AMERSEY e-learning classes. So dear children, today we shall start with our new topic, that is in English, unit number 3, water for all. So here in this chapter we are going to discuss about water. So in this first activity, the topic is given here, water, water everywhere. It is adapted from how stuff works, that is the link given here. So you can see a picture of a experiment given here. Did you know that there are 126 million trillion gallon liters of water on our planet? That seems like a lot. But drinking water can be very scarce. Why is that? Because less than 1/2 of 1% of Earth's water is drinkable. So you can see why we need to take care of our water. You may wonder why we don't just make the ocean's salt water drinkable. Actually, we do. It's called desalination, the process of removing salt from seawater so that people can use it. In fact, people have been making seawater drinkable since the times of ancient Greeks. The old way was to heat the water until it turned to steam. The steam would rise, leaving the salt behind. The steam would be cooled, condensed back into water and then collected. This method works well in small amounts, but heating the water to boil takes a lot of fuel. Because of the need for so much fuel, desalinating enough water for cities, states and nations is usually too costly. However, as technology improves and fresh water becomes less plentiful, scientists and engineers look for new ways to make desalination less costly. Children, what is desalination? It is the removal of salt from the seawater. And what is the meaning of scarce? Not easy to find out or get. And what is the meaning of condense? It is to change or make something change from a gas to a liquid or solid state. So the summary of this activity in unit is, there is 126 million trillion gallons liters of water on the earth, yet drinkable water is scarce. The reason is that less than 1/2 of 1% of Earth's water is drinkable. This amount is too less to fulfill the need of drinking water for the people on the earth. The only option left with us is to convert the seawater into drinking water. So this process is known as desalination. In an old style, seawater was boiled until it turned into steam. The steam would be cooled, condensed back into water and then collected. But this process consumed a lot of time and seawater could be converted into drinking water in very small amounts. So it is also used a lot of fuel. Therefore, the process became very costly. So scientists are looking for new ways to make desalination less costly. So this is the activity number 1, which is related to the process of desalination. Next, moving on to activity number 2, that is here. The title Water, Water Everywhere comes from a famous poem called The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. The poem is very long and tells a story of a very unlucky sailor. You can find many recordings of it on the internet. So in one verse of the poem, the sailor's ship needs wind to sail on the ocean. But for many days there is no wind. Day after day, we stuck, nor breath, nor motion, as idle as a painted ship upon a painted ocean. The next verse has our title, that is Water, Water Everywhere, and all the boats did shrink, water, water everywhere, nor any drop to drink. So this is the verse of the poem, that is the sailor's ship needs the wind to sail on the ocean. So the paraphrase of the verses are, in the verse 1, it is described that each day repeatedly the wind dropped and they could not move further. They stood still and had no movement. Their ship thus stood still, looked like a painted ship upon a painted ocean. In the second verse of the poem it is described that all around them there was still water in a very large amount, that is water everywhere. Then in the last two lines, the irony of the situation is employed, that is dark or sharp contrast is shown, that there is water all around but not a drop to drink since it is undrinkable. What you have to do is you have to underline the phrase in the poem that tells us that the ship is so still that it is like a drawing of a ship. So new words are given here. Idle, that is not working, or you can say still, there is no movement. What is shrink? Get smaller by losing moisture. So two new words are given in the activity number 2. Next is work with a partner or in a group to understand the meaning of verses. What is the water that is everywhere and why is there no drinking water? So the answer is the sailors were punished for the ancient mariners' mistake with deprivation made worse by the fact that they needed water so badly. So it was all around them but it was entirely undrinkable. So this is the answer for this question. So children, today we completed the activity number 1 and activity number 2 of chapter number 3, water everywhere. Hope you like this video. Thank you children. Stay home, stay safe.